After setting up a makeshift tent, and realized that her stay in the forest might last longer than she had anticipated. After setting up a makeshift tent, and realized that her stay in the forest might last longer than she had anticipated. Although she had found food and water, she knew that her current shelter was. After setting up a makeshift tent, and realized that her stay in the forest might last longer than she had anticipated. After gathering the necessary amount of bamboo, and began to build the frame of the house. This was after gathering the necessary amount of bamboo, and began to build the frame of the house. This was the most difficult step, requiring precision and technique. She erected 4 main pillars, then used vines to tie the pillars together, forming the basic frame of the house. And walked lightly through the dense foliage, her eyes constantly scanning her surroundings for any sign of animals. She had been lost in this forest for a week, and in that time, before her eyes, was a large footprint, a footprint she had never seen before. It was big, round, and deep, the mark of a large and powerful beast. And bent down, placed her hand on the foot, and decided not to follow the footprints. But as fate would have it, just a few hours later, she encountered the boar. It appeared out of nowhere from behind the bushes, its black eyes staring at her defiantly. The boar was huge, muscular, and 2 sharp tusks protruded from its lower jaw. With the appearance of the wild boar, and had no choice but to run. She ran like the wind through the narrow paths, feeling the fear urging her to move faster. The wild boar's growls echoed behind her, a reminder that her life was in danger. And knew that she could not continue living in fear like this forever. She had to face the wild boar, and the only way to do that was to trap it. She needed and began by studying the behavior of wild boars. She followed their tracks every day, noting the times and locations they appeared. She realized that wild boars often walked through a small path that led to a pool of water near a stream. This was where she placed the trap, and knew that she needed to prepare carefully to catch the wild chickens. She started by making a bow and some arrows from natural materials she found in the forest. She chose sturdy branches. Not long after, a large wild chicken appeared. It was busy pecking at small seeds on the ground, completely unaware of Anne's presence. She drew her bow, aiming carefully at her prey. An arrow flew out, hitting the target, startling the wild chicken and causing it to fall, bringing the wild chicken back to her shelter, and began the preparation process. She used a homemade knife to pluck and clean the chicken. The grilled wild chicken was very fragrant and attractive. The wild chicken meat was very firm and very nutritious. She really had a sweet and fun dinner. Although she didn't catch the wild boar, the wild chicken made up for the void for her. The grilled wild chicken meat was very chewy and delicious. She ate it like she had never eaten before. Do you crave grilled wild chicken meat like her? After finishing the party, the beautiful girl soaked in the cool and refreshing stream water. She was very excited for her survival trip. If you have been in the forest and met her bathing, what would you do next? Please comment below this video so we can know. Don't hesitate to take 3 seconds to click on the channel registration button and the bell next to it. We appreciate your action. See you in the next video. Goodbye, and see you again.